Now say a real. Well, there's one guy in here, so let's see. He has no fucking idea why. Huh, I need to write that down. I mean, I just tried right there and it made you laugh, so hey. Oh my god, why does everybody want me to play Roblox? For the last time, I don't have an Xbox. Or PC. I'm kind of surprised 2 people joined like instantly. Thanks, guys. Even though it only says that there's 1 of you here. Oh, that's depressing. I'm poor. For the last time, I can't do Roblox if I have a grand total salary of $2. I'm in school, god damn it. I need to focus on my social life for about, say, a few more months, and then I'm out of school, and oh, damn, then I'm fucked. Then go to college, then get a job. Where am I going to get the money for college? Lollipop? Your mom's credit card. She doesn't have a credit card. Ah, shit. It would seem I've accidentally disconnected from my own party. Well, this is unfortunate. Now the game's playing itself. Hi, the point... I'm not going to steal somebody's credit card for fucking Roblox! This is my community. This is my fucking community! Well, let's see. Well. Huh. Huh. I mean... Okay, I guess I'll toy vendor. It's not that bad. Cat. Draw. Fuck. Huh. Summon. Very scary. Go get him, Teddy! This is a horrible idea. Wow, that almost worked. Ow! I mean, at least we're both running fusion decks. Also, so many turtles! Why? Read my book, make a video about it, then use me for clickbait. Why don't you do YouTube if you want your book on the internet? Oh, he left. Depression! Robert, why are you the only person that can stick around inside of my boring streams? That's amazing! Hey, don't worry, I didn't read my thing's effect correctly. Apparently, its effect only activates if there's already a card in my graveyard. Well, this works. This handy dandy little card lets me bring a thingy to my hand. I think I'll take out a good old polymerization. Next, I'll play polymerization. In order to make one hell of a fucked up looking sheep. I don't have a dad. I'm a flying spaghetti monster. This handy dandy card in my hand. And next, I'll activate Toy Vendor. Get rid of that. Draw this. Get rid of that. I think I got 200 many damn spells in this damn deck. Oh well, another one won't hurt anything. You don't have feelings. Get him, flying spaghetti monster! How do you like them sheep? Huh. I summon these. This card lets me add this handy dandy little card to my hand. Okie dokie. Go get him, doggy. The fuck does that do? Oh wait. That's a mask change deck, not a fusion deck. Well, shit. You're a failure of the fusion kind. Get fucked. And I'm only gonna get ruder. Damn, I'm getting rid of a lot of these cards. Just keep this in my hand for now. And my turn. Holy shit, you have a lot. Somebody once told me the world was going to roll me. Finally! Handy dandy doggy. How about no? Get well, seems like this is the best option. Not just any rabbit. I can fusion summon this with only 2 monsters, but it's much more effective when you have 3. Surprise! Well, that's not all. When a bunny dies, it has its own effect. Which lets me bring my bear back to my hand. And my sheep back to the field. Bye bye, motherfucker. Get him, Nugget. Now please do a thing known as die. Do it again. Them HP points looking mighty fine. Unfortunately, I got no more monsters. I hope you got a Regeki in that deck. Told you to put it in your last one, but you know what? That didn't work too well. You know, I'm starting to think you should really stop using random ass decks that don't have any support. Oh, Mass Change 2. But Zachary, it's the only way to win. I gotta talk in an accent. It isn't even the correct accent for this character, but fuck it. That's one hell of a spooky, scary duplin. You better hit the right monster. Damn, you're an idiot. Yeah.
What does that shape do anyway?
This! Now it's only stronger! You're a fucking idiot! Why don't you read card effects? Again? What are you doing? Oh wow, you just summoned another one. Huh. I mean, I know, but I don't really know why you're doing it. There you go, you finally hit the right monster. Me! Huh. I'll summon this handy dandy thing. And now I play Fight for Your Fusion to say fuck everything. Let's just get rid of this, and this, and this. This is how one fusion summons. This is how one fusion summons. Holy shit. What's that gonna do? Oh, that's a pretty nice beat stick. Yeet. Ooh. Let's go. You. That's a pretty big wall. Yeah, for me it's just summon a hell ton of monsters. There we go, problem solved. Okay, but why? Okay, but still why? I mean, I'll still take a lot of damage, but still. You know that thing physically can't die, right? Yeah, everything either gets stronger when it dies, Sig lets me summon a monster when it dies, or just straight up can't die. Fusion monsters are useful. Well, it's awfully convenient. I don't really know what you were going for there. I mean, hey, you got a really big beat stick. Yeah. You know, if this was Duel Links, I'd be dead, but then again, you would have been dead way beforehand, so there's that. Huh. You see, this hand's like really good if it wasn't for one thing. I don't got a polymerization. Oh wait, no, actually yes I do. I'm gonna poly myself up something real quick. One-handed and a sheep. Bring this to my hand. And that's all for me. You too, buddy. Oh, you wouldn't want to slow my cute little sheepy now, would you? Well, that just is inconvenient. Well, you dead. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's really my only option right now. Well, that's just unfortunate. Gonna have to get rid of this or else I'm fucked. Ayo. Oh. Huh. Banish one rabbit. Leo. You know, the great thing about Leo isn't its attack forms, but its fancy-dancy effect. Hurts like hell, don't it? Don't worry, unlike your monsters, he can attack the same turn he rapes you. We wouldn't want you to get rid of my handy-dandy little factory now, would you? Welcome to Fredbear's Pizzeria. Can we get you anything? Now I'm just confused. That card's for actual fusion decks. The hell are you doing with that? Oh. Same as I said, and I guess if you got a card that interacts with names, then yeah, good job. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, it doesn't have many attack points, so it's not like I can burn you for 5 million. I mean, that was kind of actually my plan during the last duel when you summoned a big beat stick. I was just going to burn you for 4,500, but then you summoned something way weak and it was like, oh, free win. Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, I literally just drew this. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like you live. Apparently Leo can't attack you directly, it can only attack monsters. Well, I guess there's a price to pay when you're working in Fredbear's workshop. Those things are fucking horrifying. Well, here's a problem. Leo can't attack that monster with its effect. Well, good thing it works with air gems. Put these two things together. Big ol' scary bear. My bear also has a handy dandy effect. You see, when it eats a monster, it likes to equip him to make himself fucking on steroids. Well, Leo, looks like we finally get to tear them to shreds. You know, if you could actually... Oh, wait, no, you can. Apparently it only works if you just, don't use that stupid effect. Oh, well, thunder rape. You know, if I was making a video right now, this is usually where I would implement a really cheesy jump scare, but, fortunately we don't exactly have that right now, we're streaming. Here's a bad, the only reason I don't stream constantly is because I actually enjoy having to edit stuff and make it really funny. I mean, funny to me, just can't to other people. You want to work on any decks before we have our next match? Oh, wait a second. I'm not talking to you in a party now, am I? Hell, shit. Well, you see, I was talking to you, but then I forgot. Wait a second, we were talking over the game, not in the party. I was saying, did you need to work on any of your decks before our next match? Yeah, take your time. Luckily, nobody at the second's watching the stream. I could also cut out his fucking personality because the only joke behind it was somebody that was trying to get you inside of a kid's horse shop. There is a question I'm wondering to myself, though. What came first, Fright for his or Fazbear? Power of Google. The problem with Fluffles in this game is that they don't have like the really good Fluffles like Chimera, so there's always that problem. Basically, Chimera is the boss monster of the deck because the only way you could summon it is by basically Frightfur Fusion, and you put all of your Frightfur monsters together to make some kind of fucked up monstrosity of a bunch of them. Alright. I know that Frightfurs were released really early into Arc V, so... Because if Frightfurs did come out after Fazbear, you gotta admit, it's probably a direct reference. You know, cute stuffed animals turn into monstrosities. Oh, you're looking at like a specific card or something? Yeah. They have been getting support more recently, so like the newer cards wouldn't be correct dates. Yeah. Oh, no, they do have Chimera. Yeah, I was going to say, this is like the big boss monster of the deck. I wouldn't imagine why they wouldn't have it. And it's not like it came out later in the series because it came out early on. It's just for whatever reason, I only have one copy of it. Alright, let's see. 3 Fight for Monsters need to be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned in other ways. If this card battles your opponent cannot activate card effects until the end of the damage step. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster to your field, but its attack is halved. You can only use the effect once per turn. This guy. This monster has. Oh! Huh. You know that monster you summoned, the light monster that gained a bunch of attack points for the more monsters you had? Yeah, it's like that, except it also has an effect. Yeah, it basically is that, except it also has an effect that allows you to special summon anything you destroy from your opponent. Not only do I get stronger if you got a lot of monsters, I also get to steal whatever the hell I desire. Which is really easy, seeing how this thing will basically always have 3,100 or higher. A lot of the Fight for cards that it like asks you to use are like really questionable. Like it gives you 3 copies of Bashing Shield, which is that would be a really good card in Duel Links, but literally nothing else. You know what it does? You can only equip it to a normal summoned or a set monster, and it gains 1,000 attack, so pretty good. And you take no battle damage from anything evolving it. But since the deck is a fusion deck and revolves around fusion summoning, you can't even equip it to your Fight for monsters. Yeah. It also gives you, I'm gonna get rid of one of these Fight for bears. I actually have 3 bears, surprisingly. See, I need to keep Leo. He's my probably best card, to be honest. Yeah, I'll get rid of one of the bears. Put Chimera in there. But yeah, they also do give you, I think, 3 copies of Fusion Weapon, which is like really good and bad for the deck at the same time. You equip it to a level 6 or lower fusion monster, and it gains 1,500 attack and defense. Which is really good because, yeah, because 3 of your Fight for monsters are level 6 or lower. However, your 2 big ones, well, now 3 with Chimera, are 7 and then 2 8s. They also give you Try and Guess, which I have no idea why the hell they do that. Guess what Try and Guess does? It's actually... No, you guess a card in their extra deck. Well, no. Basically, how it works is... I'll just read you the description. If each player has an extra deck, so you have to be banking on the idea that they do, declare 1 extra deck monster, card type, fusion, synchro, or XCs. So, it's a 33.3 chance, mostly. And the player who has the most of that type of card gets 3,000 life points. Yeah, so the only reason I could think it's in this deck is because you will only use fusion monsters. So you'll have 15 fusion monsters. But at the same time, it's kind of like... It doesn't work in mirror matches, it doesn't work against heroes. There's so many ways this could go wrong. However, a lot of people like to have both XYZs and then whatever their deck signature extra deck monster is because XYZ is just a card that you can go into whenever something gets bad. And he left. I'm gonna go invite him again. Also, I've seen Mouse used a lot. You need to get that checked out. Yeah. What if I should add more fluffle wings? Alright, I'm going to get 2 fluffle wings. Okay, deck's improved a bit. This is actually surprisingly one of the very few decks that I don't run like a bunch of specific cards just to like buffer it. For example, I like to run Regeki, Boundless Trap Hole on most of my decks because they're limited to one for a reason. You know, this card does have a lot to like interact with the graveyard, especially your fusion monsters in the graveyard. The only problem is, Jesus Christ, do your fusion monsters not like to go to the graveyard? I mean, one of them's literally just immortal, and one of them just freaking revives himself the second he goes in there, like, oh, did you miss me? Cause I'm never going to leave, motherfucker. There. This is one of my friend's favorite decks, and I actually bought it specifically for him. You'll see. Which is ironic for a guy who likes darkness so much. I'll just tell you one thing. It's so fucking bright, my eyes! I have a friend that will never pick anything except rock. One of the sad thing? I often pick scissors to make the joke I want to poke your eyes out. Let's see what I get. There's one thing this deck does do well. It has pretty good consistency. Set. And set. That's all for now, folks. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ooh. Yep. I told you, they're really bright. Oh God, my eyes. One, two, three. Allahu Akbar is what I say to thee. This card has the almighty effect of F you. Oh, hell nah! Who do you take me for? Ah! You are a fool if you think that I would run into that motherfucking thing. I haven't run into that thing since middle school. Do not worry. My brightness and radiance will make you feel better about yourself. Feel better about yourself, damn it! Ah! Fine then, be destroyed like the rest. Stellar incineration! God! Them life points are still too thick. I need to shave them. When you talk about this hairstyle is amazing. Look at me. Look at my amazing purple and black mohawk. Draw. Monster Cardo. I'm a fire in my laser. Ah! Attack on Titan. Them life points are still too thick. I bet one more shaving would make them look way better though. Time to end this. Set this. Incinerate that. Discard this. Okay, why would you have that instead of Mirror Force? God damn, you're right. Jeez. Now your life points look great. Well, just in case. There we go. Now, do it, Kakarot! Bad hand. Unless your deck is literally nothing but spells and traps, never have more spells and traps than monsters. Huh. This is cancer. I mean, that's literally the best I can do. Okay. He special summons from the hand. Okay, this makes it 100 times better. Time to end this. June, I cannot miss. Attack! That moment you get the perfect card. Oh. Yeah, at that very second I drew freaking Stellar Knight Altair, which lets me special summon from the graveyard, which then allowed me to special summon from the hand, and, well, you know the rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Cirrus. Then we're going to go Skybridge. Let's go. Yeah, let's go Bilgis. Shuffle that back into my deck. Activate Belgis. Get back Altair. And now that that long process is done, let's continue with the rape. Let's get Vega in there. I hope you drew a very good pathetic card. Give it up, Kaiba. You think a tiny little girl can stop me? Now you wanna know what would be really funny right now? No! If that trap card bit hack there was a frickin' self-destruct button. Wait, you know what self-destruct button does, right? If your life points are 6,000 less than mine, or you know, less, which you are right now, you activate it because it's a trap card, and then both of our life points hit 0. Yeah, giant fucking troll. Oh. Huh. Kinda sad. Doesn't work. Because it's a Stellar Knight. No. Whenever they are equipped with an equip spell, it says, hey, I see what you're doing there, and I am completely 100% unaffected by anything you do whatsoever. Yeah, I wasn't planning on going back to middle school just yet. Yeah, that's the great thing about Stellar Knights. Even though they have to have 3 monsters to summon out their big ones, which is absurd, doing so you can basically create invincible tanks that can only be destroyed by battle. And if you have their field spell out, then they can't even be destroyed by that. Yeah. Also, I realized why my speed rates sucked against you. I was reading their effects and they only work against monsters with levels. Jesus Christ, do they suck against Xyz decks. For a fairly obvious reason. For example, I had a trap card that lets me use your monster as a synchro material. Doesn't really matter if it has a grand total level of 0 and a rank of 4. Anyways, that was an hour and 12 minutes, and I gotta eat pretty soon. Thank you for giving me content. Well, I'm glad to have you here. At least you're entertaining. More entertaining than a half-asleep Mike, anyways. Well, at least you made it to 100 people, so be happy. Too bad out of those hundreds, I have a grand total of 3 fans. Anyways, we can still play something, but I'm just gonna end the stream here and probably eat in a bit. Oh yeah, but let's do some card pack openings first, because people really seem to like that. Yeah. Because it's... Well, think of it like this. It's more like a thing of... You want to see if the person's luck is good or bad, and you want to see their reactions to the stuff they get. For example, I just got another Fight for Sheep, which I already had 3 of. Ah. Yeah. Well, with all the support these days, Dark Magician actually isn't that bad. Also, I'm going to make a Melodious deck. Yeah, basically, if it's a cat girl or an anime girl, I have to make a deck out of it. Why do you think my very first troll deck was fucking Nurse of Nightmares? You know, wait, do you know how she works? It was actually in GX when it was introduced, but it basically just makes it to where any life points your opponent would gain, they lose instead. Yes, except it's a monster here, and since it's not a trap card, it's easier to use. And you put that in a deck with things like gift cards, which give your opponent like 2,000 HP each, and then you use things like try and guess, and then you say something stupid like fusion, and while your deck is filled with synchro, so they get the bonus, which is 3,000 more damage, and all of a sudden they didn't get to play the game because they're magically dead. Yeah. My friend wants to try out Super Quantum Mecha Beast, and in all honesty, as awesome as they sound, they also look like Gundams, and, well, as cool as that is to all of the old school anime fans, I am one of those people that actually was like, yeah, why is everyone dead? Yeah, a bunch of political talk. Oh god, this is so realistic with the war zones. Like, I like Evangelion, I like Astro Boy, so don't get me wrong, I like older anime, but I don't know, besides a couple Gundam games I never got too into the series, but I did like how the robots did look, at least. Oh my god, the Skull Servant decks. Oof. It's really, really fun, but really, really, really hard to get to work. So did you know there's a trap card called High Five the Sky? You know, from Zexel, if you've ever watched it. Oh, that's a big oof. Well, when it came to my childhood, I watched a couple of 5Ds on 4Kids because that was just me growing up around my age, and I was watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh, and I actually seen almost all of that from the 4Kids dub. So I was introduced to the Shadow Realm, which is not a thing in the Japanese, as much as people think it is. It's like the Shadow Realm, that huge thing. No, it doesn't exist at all inside of the Japanese. Basically, if somebody got sent to the Shadow Realm, that meant they were dead and in hell. Yeah. In fact, Destiny Board, its original effect stated not that you win the game if you get it off, but your opponent dies. Or how about that fight with Arcana with the magical blades coming towards their legs? What was actually going to happen is they were actual blades coming to cut their legs off. Panic got burnt by a bunch of flames. There was a freaking pervert who got his brain literally blown into smithereens. Bandit Keith shot himself in the head with his own finger. So yeah, the original was way more brutal, and the Shadow Realm did not exist. However, there was one actual real Shadow Realm thing in Japan, and it's kind of funny. And that was actually in GX, where they referenced it. Basically, they were fighting this fake illusionist guy who said he was going to send everybody to the Shadow Realm with his Millennium item, which was really just a fake mask. So that's like the only mention of it. The fun thing was at the end of the fight, in both the dub and the sub, he got eaten alive by darkness monsters. And the main character's reaction to this was great. Oh, that's great. So it's a bit harder to use, but still, kablooey! I'm about to die, fuck it all. You ever tried Fire Fist? Cause I have, and yeah, I suck with it. Not being the worst thing I've ever seen. You wanna know how to really piss somebody off beyond control? Run a kaiju deck. Like, kaijus by themselves are used to this day, but not as their deck, but as like support for your deck if your opponent sends something really big you can't deal with. However, if you run a full kaiju deck, which isn't very competitive, it is the most cancerous thing you could imagine. Okay, so the entire deck revolves around counters, and any deck that revolves around counters, you can already see the problem with. Okay, so you know how like we have Xyz materials now? And Xyz materials are literally just counters, except they're much easier to access because you'll always have at the very least 2 of them when you start off with your monster. Yeah, so I guess you could call Xyz monsters just what counters should have been. While all of the kaijus try to be Xyz monsters and fail. Like, the idea of kaijus is really awesome, though. That's why I sometimes actually play them. Because you and your opponent both get these giant super monsters and try to kill each other with them, and they all have these, like, special effects that you can use with the kaiju counters that the, like, field spell provides. So your opponent can use them, too. The only thing is, how people actually use kaijus is they summon the weaker kaiju onto your opponent's field and the better kaiju on their field, and then rape you with it. Yeah. Another deck I had a hard time with was Boojins. They just confused the shit out of me. Trap tricks I learned very, very quickly. Stellar Knight, I had to learn them so my friend Death could. Performer Mage are, well, they're just banned. You can't even use them. Oh yeah, it's like super banned. Not because it's good, but because people found out infinite loops that are just like, hey, free win. Okay, so here's a real question. Do you think Joey's going to successfully be able to pull off the no level 1?
I think he's gonna hate it by the end of it, but I honestly think he can do it.
Joey is skilled inside of games, don't get me wrong, but holy crap, I don't think he can pull off any of the, like, really late game stuff. It's one thing to get one shot. It's another thing to have 5 million lasers that can one-shot you being fired every single 0.2 seconds. I'll tell you what the worst of all the starter decks is. Without a doubt, it's the Darkness. Yeah, because there's just way too many high-level monsters. If you want a good freaking Darkness deck, like, you want to know how you do it? You remove basically every single one of them until you only have one of each of the high-level monsters. Like, you keep them in, but you make sure you only have one of each. Because you need monsters to tribute. And if your entire hand is monsters that require tributes, then you have a problem. The reason I got the Darkness deck was because I just love GX. Oh, and another reason I got it was actually the Wicked Eraser. It's not the best card in the game, but it was my very, very first boss monster as a little kid. You pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, but you know, just summon out something without tributing anything.
Each turn you can. Alright, each turn, one level 5 or higher monster and you normal summon without tributing. Exactly one. Okay, so that's kinda good, except for the problem that a lot of these cards specifically state they can't be special summoned unless you fulfill their requirements.
Oh yeah, that is.
So inside of this deck, you can summon out Darkness Destroyer with the trap, you can summon out Greed Crazar with the trap, and literally nothing else. So, good card, very good card, I'll admit, but there's a problem right there automatically. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Take a look at my Mastio deck if you're watching the stream.
Okay, sure.
Basically, I found that Mastios by themselves are way too inconsistent, and so I mixed it in with some slight fusions.
Yeah, I was thinking that I needed something in here besides Max because you only get like 3 copies of Mass Change, and you need all 3 of them.
Well, because you have Mass Change 2, that kind of solves the problem, and you really only need 2 of each. 2 Mass Change 2, Mass Change 2.
Makes sense, but it doesn't solve any problems in my eyes.
Yeah, for me, I have 2 Mass Change, 2 Mass Change 2, and then 2 Mass Charge. And Mass Charges, I might put to 3, because that lets you get out either 2 or 1 instantaneously. But I have 2 emergency calls, and
But I just don't have any copies of the Woodman, so he's not in my deck.
oh, okay.
I'm going to put him in there though.
Yeah. You get him from Jaden himself, or you get Ocean from the starter deck. And Ocean is by far the best card in the deck for, getting your monsters back. Another card that is like a must-have inside of these decks is E-Emergency Call, because this lets you bring any elemental hero to your hand. So that's like a 100% must-need for a deck like this. I have 1 copy of Fifth Hope, because since you're sending so many things to the graveyard and so many things are getting destroyed, you can usually activate this pretty reliably, and it's actually really useful. Because it's basically a pot of greed, except... Yeah, because how Fifth Hope works is you shuffle 5 elemental hero monsters from your graveyard back into the deck, and it basically works as a pot of greed. And if you have no other cards inside of your like on your field, it's actually draw 3 cards, so it's even better.
That is good. That is really good.
Yeah.
And I just checked, and I have no copies of Emergency Call.
Yeah. Okay. If you really want to like tributes,
Yeah.
I don't know why I have a rose button here still. Weird.
Yeah, me neither. That was like one of the first cards I dropped from this deck because it's just too inconsistent.
Not only is it inconsistent, even if you do manage to activate it, it's really bad, because here's the thing, Rosebud is good in a way because it summons from the deck, and like I've told you before, if it summons from the deck, it's good. But the thing is, the card that it summons,
Cards for one.
you're playing 3 cards, because you have to have the weak monster, which you have to have on the field to activate this. You have to have the spell, and then you have to have the monster either in your deck or in your hand. So you would have to take out 3 card slots just to pull off this combo for a mediocre monster at best. So,
I mean, maybe if it was a lot stronger, I'd be more willing to do it.
yeah. I could definitely do some more for this deck, but this was kind of like the way I managed to make it a lot more consistent. And that's Hero's Counterattack. I don't like to use trap cards too much for the fact that trap cards are very slow, so they can be inconsistent because of that. For example, let's say you only have 1 card left in your hand. If you draw a trap, then you can't really make any plays with it. So what the trap card does do is it's called Hero's Counterattack, and it's really good in this deck because the entire thing's heroes. When an elemental hero monster you control is destroyed by battle, your opponent chooses and reveals 1 random card from your hand, and if it's an elemental hero monster, which it's almost always going to be, you special summon it. Oh, and it also destroys the monster your opponent controls. So there's that. So, And yeah, make sure you have one copy of Polly, because another card you're going to want to have in your deck, and this is your biggest boss monster, is Contrast Hero Chaos. And this card can actually only be summoned and with 2 masked hero monsters on the field, and then polymerizations them. I actually like it because it's really cool. It's both a light and a dark monster at the same time. And it has 3,000 attack, and it lets you negate any card on the field. So. Yeah, basically, let's say the card says cannot be destroyed by battle or cannot be destroyed by card effects. You just get rid of its effect completely. It basically turns into a normal monster until the end of the turn. Yeah, so if your opponent like makes an unstoppable monster like I did, that's how you get around it. You stop hit and turn it back to normal. So I'll definitely work on the Master Hero deck later, but that's for that, all that. I haven't used this deck at all yet, the Greydale deck.
Oh yeah, the Azirs or whatever, the Nordic nerds.
The heck, it's called Yugioh or Yugioh.
Oh, Goyo.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Which ironically doesn't come with Goyo Guardian. The fuck?
Isn't he like banned or something?
He
Nearly banned.
he was banned for a time, but then he was unbanned after an errata. However, this game happens before he got banned and before he got his errata. So he's at his best and at his prime. Yeah, basically how the card works, you attack a monster, you special summon it to your side of a field, which you already know is a good effect in general. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, but since it was so easy to summon, and then you instantaneously get your opponent's monster, here they decided to ban it. But then they made it come back, except it had a pretty damn strict restriction this time. Instead of being able to just summon it so easily, you could only summon it with Earth monsters, which means you had to run specific decks for it. Which made it like not in every single deck whatsoever. Because while it was a strong card, it was another one of those cards that was banned because it was too easy to use, kind of like Pot of Greed and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't because it was like breaking the game, like something like Chicken Game does. It was because it was just too common. I didn't know that Goyo's even had a fusion monster. That's kind of cool, actually.
Oh wait, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they have a card called Goyo Emperor. It's in the side deck. Heck, 2 Earth normal, 2 Earth warrior monsters, so all the Goyos. Synchro specifically. When this card, okay. When this card or a monster you control that is owned by your opponent destroys a opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster to your opponent's side of the field. Okay, so like the basic Goyo ability, except this time it also applies to any monster you've already stolen. Let's see. That monster on your side of the field. When your opponent special summons a monsters, except during the damage step, you contribute 1 Earth Warrior type Synchro monster. Take control of that monster. If this face-up card leaves the field, return all control monsters to the owner. Okay, so basically this card lets you steal anything your opponent tries to summon, and by using Goyos as tribute. The only problem with it is it doesn't have too much protection by itself, and it gives everything back if it does die. But thanks to its insane attack points, it also does have that at least. So, Not a bad good.
It's kind of hard to beat over.
So good effect. The only problem with it is its lack of protection.
I'm gonna try and see if I can't fix this Red Dragon Archfiend starter deck I got.
Oh, that's gonna be hard, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it so easy, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, get rid of green things that can't help me too much.
Oh, I need to learn this.
Who's this? Cosmo.
Cosmos. Supposedly they're a pretty fun deck. And it looks like this is actually when Cosmos were in their prime because they have Cosmo Tin Can. The cool thing about Cosmo is that they actually used to be a really bad deck until they got two very specific cards into their archetype. They got Cosmo Town, which is a field spell, which is probably one of the best things about them. And then they also got Cosmo Tin Can, which increased the consistency of the deck like by 20-fold. So I'll definitely try these out. The only thing that has me worried is their Psychic, which is a big oof.
Oh yeah.
If you know anything about Psychic decks, they rip your life points to shreds.
Oh, absolutely. I am very well aware that they are a mess.
But hey, my favorite deck is Yubel, so I'm pretty sure I'm used to masochism. Any other decks I might want to try out? Oh god, the different dimensions. Oh, that's a big oof. Supposedly this is a really bad deck, actually. Even though a lot of people use it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out.
Oh yeah, DDDD. I tried messing around with it earlier today, in fact. And,
Aw, the Ignites don't have their best card. I'm sad. Yeah, the Ignites have a frickin' rocket launcher monster now, and it's a big oof. Do not screw with the rocket launcher.
I'll be sure not to mess with the rocket launcher.
Oh, I gotta screw with Mark. Well, no idea how the hell to use this thing, but automatic using it.
Okay.
And there's one last thing. I bought this for a very specific reason. Raid Raptors, nope. Speed. There it is. Oh. Oh, that's a big oof. It's a big oof. If you ever want to be a dick and win this game for free, play Mega Monarchs.
Okay. I'll see if I can't remember that. And bring a bunch of copies of that. I know how Monarchs, the original Monarchs work. I've never heard of Mega Monarchs.
That is Monarchs, but on steroids.
Okay. So,
Yeah, they require 2 tributes instead of 1, but they have way bigger effects.
so
However, for whatever reason, the starter deck doesn't have the best of all of them. Why? Well, like, it has it, but it has it in the side deck, so WTF.
I have no idea. It is not. If ever there was one.
Yeah, Caius is by far, like, to this day, the only Monarch people still will use, and it's because it's by far the best one. Let's see. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one tribute summoned monster. If this card is tribute summoned, target one card on the field, banish it, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Then if it's a dark monster, banish all cards with the same name from that hand, main deck, and extra deck. Heck, and the graveyard of the player who controlled it. If this card is tribute summoned by tributing a dark monster, you also gain this additional effect. You draw 2 cards. Oh wait, no, you didn't target 2 cards. Oh. In other words, this thing just straight up rips any card you want out of your opponent's deck from existence. Well, to be specific, it has to be dark monsters, but that's like the single most common type of card in this entire game, you know? Besides maybe dragons. Dragons. Actually, now that I think about it, there's a hell ton of freaking dark dragons too. I think my favorite of all of the decks that I've bought just to play, without a doubt, is freaking Toons. Don't know why you didn't get him. Do you not like Pegasus? Is it because he was a grown man with white hair that likes cartoons? Oh my god. I also gotta upload a video pretty soon. And just yesterday, me and Mark, he was streaming, and we decided to go on Xenoverse and jump into an endless battle, which is where you have 2 people fight while you watch, and then person who wins stays, person who loses goes to the bottom of the list, kind of like a line thing. You know how those work? So yeah, we played that for a while until I accidentally one-shotted everybody and everybody rage quit and sent me a message saying F you. It was an accident, I swear. I didn't think you would be destroyed by the hug. It was just a hug, I swear. I sent you an invite. Hey, apparently food's not ready, so I still got time. I love how I spent over half an hour just like editing and talking about decks. Why do I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much? It's like such a slow-paced game, and people look at it like it's a children's card game. And I guess maybe it is, but I don't know. Something about it's really appealing to me. Maybe it's that you have to really think through your strategies, and like the anime says, you have to trust in the heart of your cards because you have to make a deck that works. My friend Mark, he uses Performa Pals, and recently he like put a bunch of draw cards in there, like for Performa Pals, to increase the consistency. Ironically, he lowered the consistency. I remember he was like, this hand is shit, so I played something called Performa Power Recasting, which is like Magical Mallet, except you draw an extra card, so it's not a -1, it's a +0, that switches up your hand. So pretty good. And he was like, okay, just activate this, and oh my god, what the hell just happened? My hand's worse now. Okay. I slap you, I slap you, I slap you, slap you, slap you, like the gay man I am. Hello, Jenny boy. The only problem with tunes, and it's been this way since day one, is their consistency is jack shit.
Still trying to work out that massive immunity I just don't know the cards that you need.
Yeah. What an impressive move. Toon Kingdom. In order to activate this card, I have to banish the top 3 cards from my deck. Toon Gemini Elf. That ends my turn, Jaden boy. God, I love Pegasus's accent. My favorite thing is just saying "tune." Come on, it's so fun. Toon Gemini Elf. Toon Gemini Elf attacks you directly. I activate the effect of Toon Gemini Elf. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. That ends my turn, Jenny boy. That is one hell of a bricky hand. Toon Gemini Elf attacks you directly. Activate her effect. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Toon Gemini Elf once again repeat the exact same thing. Well, you have 1 card. Well, now you have 0. At least you have a quite appealing field. Uh-oh. That could only mean bad things for me. Oh, okay. Holy shit, that's a big monster. I activate my trap card. Toon Briefcase. Don't you have a monster with enough attack points? Well, it is on level 4s. I play the spell card Terraforming. This card lets me bring another Toon Kingdom to my hand. You know, for safety measures. Toon Gemini Elf. Oh shit! Toon Kingdom! Toon Gemini Elf continues. My safety is in my kingdom, where my special monsters hide when big scary things try to hurt them. Like a true Toon would. They make me so proud. Now, Toon Gemini Elf, blow 'em a goodbye kiss. What the hell were the monsters you had? Also, why didn't you activate Mirror Force earlier? Like, what were the monsters you had face down, and why weren't you activating Mirror Force? I see. Well, you do have to remember the thing of, if you can stop Toon monsters before they get too big, they have a hard time rebuilding their field. And more importantly, inside of Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, damaging your opponent enough early on is a really good means to just kind of, you know, put them in a bad position. Mass Change 2. Ooh, Darklaw. You know, I always did wonder what so many different cards would look like as Toons. But it's still cute. It's still derpy. Oh, play the spell card, Terraforming. This card lets me bring Toon Kingdom to my hand. Next, I play the spell card. Oh, looks like you're doing something. Toon Kingdom. I play the spell card Shadow Toon. Toon Goblin Attack Voice. I end my turn. Toon Kingdom's effect activates. I draw. Toon Goblin Attack Force. Attacks you directly. I end my turn. Oh shit.
I think your life points need a little bit of shade.
Oh. Out again. Out again. I would agree. I would agree. Toon Kingdom. Toon Mermaid. And turn. Toon Kingdom. Toon Kingdom. Set one card. And my turn. Real shit. This is awfully convenient for you. Oh. It isn't over yet. You forget literally yesterday. Speed voids, you dum-dum. I was about to say this couldn't get much worse, but then I drew the card that made it way better. Well, fuck me. I draw. Oh, holy shit, I win. Toon Kingdom. Banish 3 cards. Next, I play the spell card, Comic Hand. This card let me takes one of your monsters and turns it into an adorable toon. Say hello to Masked Hero Toon Law. Next, I'll special summon 2 Toon Maymates. In order to normal summon Toon Red Eyes. Toon Masked Hero! Kick his ass! Unfortunately, like all other normal Toon monsters, Red Eyes can't attack you this turn. Toon Kingdom's effect activates. Activate Toon Red Eyes effects. Toon Cyber Dragon. Toon Mastodon Claw attacks. Of course, he's a Toon monster. Toon Red Eyes. Unfortunately, he can't attack the same turn he uses his effect. Oh well.
I need you to put my socks back on. My feet are frozen. Renee, I need my feet on.
You can't save your monster. He's a Toon now and he likes it. Toon Saber Dragon. One turn. Do you have anything?
That draw just says no, so I guess not. Time to play. How do I want to die?
Toon Kingdom's effect activates.
I want to die this way.
Good choice. Oh wow, I just got a trophy thanks to you. Reflect Ragger.
I can help you.
Deal 50k in reflective damage. Huh, so you killing yourself was enough to give me a trophy. In fact, this trophy seems to rely on people killing themselves. Wow. Thank you. Well, I'll be back. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you very much.